What if growing older didn't mean giving up your freedom? What if staying in your own home wasn't just possible but safer, happier, and more affordable than you imagined today? We're diving into powerful alternatives to nursing homes that are transforming the way seniors age, and you don't want to miss the last one. Did you know that nearly 70% of older adults say they'd prefer to grow old in their own homes instead of moving into a nursing facility? That desire for independence is strong, but so are the challenges. For many, the idea of aging at home feels out of reach, especially when faced with health issues, limited mobility, financial constraints. Nursing homes can feel like the only option, but they're often expensive, isolating, and far from the comfort of home. The truth is, you have more choices than ever before. In this video, we'll walk you through 6 empowering alternatives that are not only budget-friendly, but can also lead to a richer, more meaningful life. Whether your goal is to age in your current home, move in with loved ones, or join a vibrant community that supports your lifestyle, there's a path for you, and trust us, the final solution often surprises people. Yet it could be exactly what you've been looking for. So stick with us to the end, and if you find this video helpful, remember to tap the like button and subscribe for more tips on aging with confidence. Let us introduce you to Helen, a 72-year-old retired teacher who dedicated her life to educating young minds. After a sudden health scare, Helen found herself feeling overwhelmed and vulnerable. Her doctors immediately recommended a nursing home, and her family grew anxious about her living alone. The cost of long-term care facilities was staggering, and Helen's greatest fear was losing her freedom and becoming a burden to the people she loved. At first, she felt trapped until she started looking for alternatives. With just a little research and the right kind of support, Helen discovered a solution that allowed her to maintain her independence, stay connected to the people she cared about, and feel truly at peace, all without emptying her savings. Her story is proof that there's hope and there are smarter, more empowering ways to age gracefully. And here's the good news, you can do it too. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how Helen made it work and how you can follow in her footsteps. The final option is one that most people overlook, but it just might be the perfect fit for your life. Let's begin with the most common and most desired choice, aging in place. If your home could be made safe and accessible, would you stay? For most seniors, the answer is a heartfelt yes. In fact, nearly 90% of older adults say they want to remain in their own homes as they age. But fear holds many back: fear of falling, of losing mobility, of not being able to handle everyday tasks. Helen knew those fears all too well. After her health scare, she began to question whether she could stay in her house. Would she be safe if she were alone? Would she be able to handle chores or get help in an emergency? Instead of giving in to fear or giving up her independence, Helen took action. She began with simple but powerful changes around her home. The first was installing grab bars in the bathroom and along hallways, since falls are one of the top causes of injury for seniors. These bars offered crucial stability and peace of mind. Next came slip-resistant flooring, which made her everyday movements far safer. While she didn't need a stair lift just yet, she explored the option, planning ahead in case her mobility needs changed. Another major improvement: lighting. Helen added motion-activated lights in key areas like her bedroom, bathroom, and hallway. No more fumbling for switches in the dark. These little touches made her home not only safer, but also more comfortable and confidence-boosting. She also embraced smart technology. Voice-activated lights, thermostats, and door locks gave her more control with less physical effort. And when she thought about emergencies, Helen didn't wait to take precautions. She got a medical alert device that connected her instantly with help anytime she needed it. That tiny device gave her and her family priceless peace of mind. And Helen didn't stop there. She added extra layers of security with a video doorbell and smart cameras, so she could see who was at her door without ever having to get up. These systems also help protect her from scams and unwanted visitors. But perhaps the most life-changing decision was hiring a local caregiver. Just a few hours each week, this person helped with meal prep, shopping, and light cleaning. Nothing fancy, but enough to keep Helen feeling in control of her daily life. Many people assume that getting help means moving into a facility. In reality, part-time, in-home care can be more flexible, more affordable, and far more personal, depending on where you live. Services like these may even be covered by Medicaid or offered through local nonprofits. So if you're like Helen, determined to stay independent without sacrificing safety or draining your savings, know this: it's possible, and you're not alone. Although Helen made her home safer and more comfortable, there was still one lingering challenge: loneliness. She was grateful to age in place, but the quiet began to echo louder with each passing day. That's when she discovered a lifestyle that offered not only independence, but also companionship, safety, and shared joy. Helen, the retired teacher we met earlier, never pictured herself living in a shared community. She'd always treasured her privacy and independence. But after her health scare, a new concern took root. What if she needed more help later? Her children were scattered across different states, and while her modified home kept her safe, the solitude began to wear on her spirit. That's when she came across senior co-housing, a creative and increasingly popular solution that gave her the best of both worlds: her own private space and a strong, built-in support network. Co-housing isn't your typical senior living facility. Its design is specifically for active older adults who want more than just a roof over their heads. These communities consist of private apartments or small homes clustered around shared spaces, places where neighbors become friends and everyone has a voice in how the community runs. Helen found a co-housing village not far from her old neighborhood. She moved into a charming one-bedroom unit with a garden she could tend to every morning. But the real magic wasn't just in her new apartment, it was in the connections she made. The community had shared amenities like a dining hall, fitness center, and cozy lounge where people gathered every day. Residents shared weekly meals, took turns planning group activities, and helped each other with everyday tasks. If Helen needed a lift to a doctor's appointment, someone was always happy to drive. When a neighbor needed groceries picked up, Helen was just as eager to help. The sense of mutual care gave everyone a feeling of safety and belonging, and Helen no longer felt alone. One of the best parts, it was surprisingly affordable. Unlike traditional retirement homes that can cost thousands of dollars per month, co-housing allows residents to share the load. Utilities, maintenance, groceries, even social activities were split, reducing monthly expenses dramatically. Some communities even follow a cooperative model, where residents collectively own or manage the property, keeping costs low while increasing control over daily life. For Helen, her monthly expenses were cut in half compared to what a nursing home would have charged, and unlike assisted living facilities with strict schedules, she had full autonomy over her time and lifestyle. But beyond finances, co-housing tackled a deeper issue: loneliness, something many older adults silently struggle with. And it's more than just emotional. Studies show that chronic loneliness can increase risks of heart disease, depression, and even early death. In Helen's new community, those feelings faded fast. Each morning, she had a choice: share coffee with neighbors in the lounge or read a book in her garden. She could join yoga classes, walking clubs, or movie nights, or simply enjoy the peace of her own space. That flexibility made all the difference. No pressure, no isolation, just connection on her own terms. The result: Helen felt more energized, more joyful, and more in control than ever before. And she wasn't alone. Many seniors across the country are embracing co-housing as a way to age with dignity, community, and freedom. After finding connection and community through co-housing, You might be wondering, what if you'd prefer something closer to home? Literally, there's another option that brings together the comfort of family, financial practicality, and emotional support without sacrificing your independence. Is senior co-housing the right fit for you? If you enjoy meaningful conversations over morning coffee, value your personal space, and like the idea of shared living without rigid routines, then co-housing could offer exactly what you're looking for. It's a lifestyle built on connection and choice where neighbors become friends, costs are shared, and community grows naturally. Still, it's not for everyone. Maybe you want to stay close to your loved ones without feeling like you're intruded. If that sounds like you, then our next alternative might be the perfect bridge between independence and togetherness. For many older adults, moving in with family feels like the natural next step. But let's be honest, it's not always a simple decision. The emotional weight can be heavy. You might worry about giving up your autonomy, changing the rhythm of your children's lives, or becoming a burden. These feelings are completely valid. But with the right planning and mutual understanding, living with family can be one of the most rewarding and cost-effective ways to age with dignity and support. Take Joe, for instance. He's a 74-year-old retired mechanic and a longtime friend of Helen's. After losing his wife, Joe found the days growing quieter and lonelier. The upkeep of his house became harder, and the bills didn't get any smaller. When his daughter Sarah suggested he move in, Joe hesitated. He didn't want to interfere with her busy life or feel like he was imposing, but instead of saying no outright, they chose to explore the idea together. What made it work? Communication, and lots of it. Joe and Sarah sat down and mapped out a plan. They talked honestly about expectations, privacy, finances, and daily routines. Then they got creative. Instead of moving into a spare bedroom, Joe helped transform their garage into a self-contained studio apartment. It gave him his own entrance, bathroom, and kitchen nook, his own world just steps away from the people he loved. This kind of multi-generational living setup isn't one size fits all. Some families opt for in-law suites, basement apartments, or even backyard granny flats. The key is creating a space that honors both connection and autonomy. Joe didn't just move in, he became part of a shared life. He contributed financially by helping with groceries and utilities, which eased the burden on Sarah. He also found joy and purpose in picking up his grandkids from school, sharing stories from his younger years, and helping with small household tasks. He was more than a guest, he was an anchor in the family. Beyond the emotional richness, the financial benefits were substantial. Instead of spending thousands each month on a retirement facility, Joe's shared living arrangement allowed the entire family to save. Many families in similar situations also qualify for tax breaks or government support when caring for aging parents at home. Something worth looking into. Worried about becoming a burden? You're not alone, but remember, contribution takes many forms. Whether it's helping financially, supporting emotionally, or lending a hand around the house, your presence can be a gift. Concerned about losing your independence, design a living space that's yours, separate entrances, private bathrooms, and personal routines can make all the difference. Nervous about clashing lifestyles? The best antidote is setting clear expectations. Early conversations about boundaries, household duties, and schedules help avoid tension down the road. For Joe, the move wasn't just a solution, it was a turning point. He found renewed purpose, daily connection, and peace of mind. He stayed independent, stayed active, and most importantly, stayed close to those who mattered most. So, would you ever consider moving in with family if the arrangement respected your needs and gave you room to thrive? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. While Joe found comfort in living with family, not everyone has loved ones nearby, or maybe you simply value a greater sense of independence. So, what happens when you want to stay in control of your life but still need a bit of help? The good news is, there are creative solutions that blend freedom, companionship, and affordability without stepping into a traditional nursing home. Would you consider opening your home to someone if it meant holding on to your independence just a little longer? Many seniors hesitate at first. Sharing your home or living with others can feel like a big step. But for people like Helen, these options became life-changing. After her health scare, she knew she wasn't ready for a facility, but also couldn't completely go it alone. That's when she discovered two often overlooked alternatives: adult foster care and home sharing programs. Let's start with adult foster care. Unlike the large, clinical environments of nursing homes, adult foster care offers a warm, home-like setting. Seniors live in private residences run by licensed caregivers who provide personalized support with daily activities like bathing, dressing, medication reminders, and even preparing home-cooked meals. These settings typically host just a few residents, creating an intimate, family-style atmosphere that offers both support and social interaction. Helen's neighbor Margaret made the move to an adult foster home after struggling to manage alone. She found herself in a cozy house with her own bedroom, caring staff, and a small group of fellow seniors who quickly became close friends. It wasn't just about care, it was about connection. And here's the best part: it was far more affordable than a nursing home. In fact, many states offer financial assistance through Medicaid, making it accessible even for those on a fixed income. Now, let's talk about home sharing, the beautifully simple concept with powerful benefits. Helen's friend Carol found herself in a big, quiet house after her husband passed away. She loved her home and didn't want to leave it, but the silence grew heavy. That's when she discovered a home sharing program through a local nonprofit. These programs carefully match seniors with younger adults, often students or professionals who are looking for affordable housing. Carol was paired with Emma, a kind-hearted college student who needed a place to live during her studies. In exchange for low rent, Emma helped out with groceries, light cleaning, and made sure Carol had regular company. What started as a practical arrangement soon blossomed into a friendship that enriched both of their lives. Carol felt safer, more connected, and less alone, and Emma found a welcoming home that fit her limited student budget. These programs are gaining traction across the country. Many are run by trusted community organizations that conduct background checks and work closely to ensure compatibility between roommates. The result: seniors gain affordable help, safety, and companionship without giving up the comfort of their own homes. So, is one of these options right for you? If you don't need round-the-clock medical care, but you do want a supportive environment, companionship, and reduced living costs, then adult foster care or home sharing might be exactly what you've been looking for. Both options emphasize independence, affordability, and human connection, proving that you can thrive without ever setting foot in a traditional facility. And now, imagine this. You wake up in your own private home, step outside and wave to friendly neighbors. You spend your morning in a yoga class, your afternoon at a book club, and your evening enjoying dinner with friends, all in a beautifully maintained, vibrant neighborhood designed just for people like you. That's what independent living and 55-plus communities are all about, and that's where we're heading next. After exploring the benefits of home sharing and adult foster care, there's one more lifestyle that perfectly blends freedom, community, and ease, especially for seniors who want to stay active without the burdens of homeownership. Unlike nursing homes or assisted living facilities, 55-plus communities are built for vibrant, independent older adults who want more from life, not less. These neighborhoods aren't about slowing down. They're about simplifying daily responsibilities while embracing an active and social lifestyle. Helen found herself drawn to one of these communities after realizing she no longer enjoyed the hassle of home maintenance. She chose a cozy apartment in a beautifully designed 55-plus neighborhood that offered all the privacy she needed alongside shared spaces that sparked connection and joy. Imagine living in a place where you never have to worry about mowing the lawn, fixing a leaky faucet, or shoveling snow again. That's what Helen experienced. Her new home came with maintenance-free living, allowing her to spend her time how she wanted. What truly made the difference were the amenities and activities right outside her door. A sparkling swimming pool, a modern fitness center, hobby rooms, a calendar filled with community events, and regular group outings gave Helen a renewed sense of excitement. She joined a book club, took yoga classes, attended movie nights, and even helped organize a community potluck. There was never a shortage of ways to stay engaged, and every day felt a little fuller. And while independence was a top priority, Helen felt reassured knowing emergency assistance was available on site if she ever needed it. That peace of mind was priceless. Many 55-plus communities also offer scheduled transportation, which made it easy for Helen to get to appointments, pick up groceries, or attend local events without having to rely on family or navigate public transit. But perhaps the biggest transformation for Helen was emotional. Before moving, she often felt lonely and isolated. Now, she was surrounded by people her age who shared similar interests and values, whether it was chatting over morning coffee or planning a museum trip together. She no longer felt alone. These friendships weren't just casual, they were deeply fulfilling. So, is a 55-plus community right for you? If you're seeking a life of independence without isolation, where social activities, wellness amenities, and support services are all within reach, this may be the perfect alternative to a nursing home. Helen once believed her only option was assisted living, but instead, she discovered a life on her terms, active, connected, and joyful, with far fewer worries. Would you consider moving to a 55-plus community if it offered more freedom and less stress? Share your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Now, let's say you're not ready to move, but still need some extra help to stay safe and healthy at home. What if you could receive personalized care and essential services all without ever leaving your doorstep? That's exactly what we'll explore next. How at-home care, smart technology, and community services are revolutionizing the way seniors age in place. After discovering the vibrant possibilities of 55-plus communities, Helen realized that independence didn't have to mean isolation, and support didn't have to come at the cost of freedom. For those who prefer to remain in their own homes, at-home care combined with smart technology can be a game changer. Helen embraced this path fully, crafting a personalized care system that kept her safe, connected, and comfortable, all within the walls of her own home. She brought in part-time caregiving support to assist with things like light housework, meal prep, and occasional errands, but she didn't stop there. To further enhance her independence, Helen integrated technology into her daily routine. A medical alert system gave her immediate access to help in case of a fall or emergency, just the push of a button away. Voice-activated assistants like smart speakers allowed her to adjust the lights, check the weather, or call her daughter without lifting a finger. It was like having a helpful friend at her side 24/7. And when it came to staying emotionally connected, Helen used video calls and messaging apps to regularly chat with family and friends, whether it was catching up with her grandchildren or joining a virtual book club. She never felt left out or alone. Her home became a safe haven that supported both her physical well-being and her social life. Now, you might be wondering, is at-home care actually affordable? It's a common concern. But the truth might surprise you. While full-time care can be costly, Part-time help combined with community services is often significantly more budget-friendly than moving into a facility. Many states offer Medicaid home and community-based services, HCBS waivers, which help cover in-home assistance, transportation, and even meal programs for qualifying seniors. Veterans also have access to financial aid for at-home care, and many local organizations offer free or low-cost services from caregiver relief to ride services and meal deliveries. By combining these resources, Helen managed to build a dependable support system without draining her savings. So, could at-home care be right for you if your goal is to remain in your home, stay connected to your community, and receive occasional support while maintaining control over your lifestyle? Then this solution may fit perfectly. Like Helen, many seniors think nursing homes are their only option, but with the right tools and services, that simply isn't true. Looking back, Helen explored every path aging in place: co-housing, moving in with family, adult foster care, 55-plus communities, and finally, at-home care with modern technology. Each step brought her closer to a life that was not just manageable, but deeply meaningful. She didn't resign herself to limitations. She created options that honored her independence, comfort, and budget. And that's the takeaway: aging should be about empowerment, not surrender. Whether you dream of staying in your family home, joining a supportive community, or finding the right balance between care and freedom, you deserve choices. The key is to start now. Research what's available in your area. Talk to your loved ones. Imagine what matters most to you in the years ahead and plan for it with confidence, because you can age with dignity, purpose, and joy. So tell us which of these paths resonates with you the most. Let us know in the comments. And if you found value in this video, please hit the like button and share it with someone who might need a little hope and guidance today. Want more inspiring, practical advice on aging well? Watch our next video here, because your next chapter should be your best one yet.